Hey, the bathroom. Nobody has escaped that inevitable twist of fate. Then why does nobody care so much about it? Well, it's now time that we pay some more attention to what goes on in the bathroom. That comfort of the drips of water on tiles, that desperate fumble as you frantically tear down your pants, sound heavenly to all the victims of, well, constipation. Well, but let us put that question of constipating crowd out of the picture for now, as the matter that I have in mind for today is something a lot more important. And yes, it has everything to do with that bathroom. Today, I would like to give you some ideas on what type of stress individuals receive from the society, and in the same sense, see what impact the society has on each and every one of us, and present you with a set of actions that individuals can take in order to overcome these problems. We'll see how these all come together. The reasons why life weighs heavier than ever is paradoxical, but yet simple. Advances in social infrastructure. What we fail to notice in all that glory is our suffocation. Everything of this modern society literally spins around us, from your report cards to your dear grandmother's lectures. And yes, that brings a lot of weepings and breakdowns. Well, grandmothers can be irritating sometimes. In times where the pace of progress was still not picking up, the role that social establishments played in our lives was minimal. Living as one giant community where interactions meant everything did not get to us at all. But, well, not anymore. The progressing society has become much more flawless, so to speak. Less loopholes, but far more rules in place. What happened next was extraordinary, but at the same time, depressing. Expanding world tipped the balance between our identity as an individual self and a social self. And this created discrepancies between how we perceive ourselves and our acquired identity through outside stimulus and education. We are no longer skateboard-loving, eager for adventures, do whatever we want sort of people riding out into the sunset. We are defined by the social identity. We are students, businessmen, people overridden with responsibilities. As an example, think of a single word that comes to your mind when you think of yourself. The first one that comes to your mind seldom refers to your private life, but rather terms that will appear on anybody's business cards. The growing influence society has in our lives present a troubling challenge. We are never expected to fail. We are the professionals fit for the incredibly complicated world. Time has come by where literature is a compulsory measure for calculus degrees and second languages for any decent college applications. And sadly, that means burning more midnight oils and piling workloads. I'm sure all of us here agree to that, thanks to that infamous sunung tukang and internet sunung and so on. Failing wasn't a problem, and society had little impact on how we defined ourselves. We were still us. Once we fell, hey, that could happen. One give it a little stretch and knock it off. But the failure and its lessons were delights and open chocolates in the past. But when social influences come into the story, it starts to mean something a lot more to the individuals. We structure our lives to fit those tightly packed structures of regulations and rules. Failure is now considered equal to the loss of social status and possibly a lot of embarrassments. And trust me, that comes from experience. And when failure does strike, our overinflated world comes crashing down. And now for the fun part. So, what should we do for all these problems? Well, I say, give yourself a potty break. Okay, that was supposed to be the laughing part, but it may sound awkward, but it does make sense. Shutting yourself out in that tiny space gives you time to regain your own surroundings. It is a place where you are truly isolated with the rest of the world at last. Well, nobody wants to look at you doing your business in the bathroom, do we? Or anybody with the desire to do so, I sincerely recommend medical attention. But while sitting in that white toilet bowl focusing, you feel as if your worries of bad grades, empty wallets, uneasy relationships are the thing of the past. It is a break that everybody deserves, a place of momentary relaxation. More so, not a single living organism can resist the call to empty themselves. As an example, even the Avengers. I know how that awkward feels. The Avengers calling for a toilet break in the middle of the gallant mission to target Ultron. But that makes sense. The Avengers are supposed to be the superior ones with all their incredible abilities and superpowers. The Avengers seem literally out of this world, and relating to them is out of the question. But when the Avengers going to the toilet, that suddenly seems a lot more personal to us. In the bathroom, you let go of your social status, as in the case of Avengers. Kings and queens of the past were no more than simple human beings answering to their most basic instincts in the bathroom. The expanding world and the dignities of the Avengers are no longer considered in the bathroom, and they are reduced to fulfill your inner self. The bathroom is a blessing. In a more direct sense, the God's best gift to the exhausting society. They are the true nature's call, reminding you of who you are to be, by stripping the many layers of falsified identities the society has covered you with. So, remember that sensational, somewhat motivational touches that you get as you chew off your worries in the bathroom. Open up to the relaxation that the bathroom offers as you hear that satisfying plop inside the toilet bowl, and set down not only the contents of your stomach, yes, I do mean that content, and also your distress and hardship as you set out of that cubicle. And for the most important lesson and the final reminder, never forget to flush. Thank you.
Yeah, it was an interesting topic. And I have a question. You said that the bathrooms plays a role in relieving all the stress that society gives you. But can going to the toilet be the solution for all the pressures of the world?
Well, if toilet was the source of all solutions for every problem in the world, then what's there to be worried about except for constipations? Yeah, I do love constipations. But what I want to stress here is the bathroom is a place for relaxation, the place where all the worries of the society are vanquished. And I believe going to the toilet and remembering that feeling is the start of all that solutions, but of course not all of it.
Yeah, thank you. Please give a big hand to Sun.